Hi, this is Stieg Strand with Remax Results, talking to you about how much money does it take to buy a house? Cash money. Well, before I get started, I just wanted to mention if you could like and subscribe, I would love it. It encourages me to make more content, and that would be great. So, anyway, how much cash does it take? Well, it depends on a number of things, but let's just get right down to brass tacks. How much money does it take? Earnest money, generically, it's about 1% is the amount of earnest money you would need up front. So for every $100,000 of a home that you're purchasing, you realistically should be offering about $1,000. So if it's a $200,000 home, that's $2,000. If it's 300,000, 3,000, and so forth. Now, do you need that 1%? No. But the earnest money that you're putting down is earnest. It shows that you are like strong and it's important. One of the things to mention about that, by the way, is that money doesn't change hands until you actually have a signed agreement. So you don't submit the earnest money. You don't need the cash, so to speak, need it until you write the offer and have it accepted. So that's kind of cool. So because sometimes people are like waiting for a paycheck or maybe they have to move the money. So it takes a couple days to do that. But just a side note, once you have an accepted offer, you generally have 2 business days to get the money, transferred. So, and it's generally done electronically. So how much else do you need? Like total amount of money? Well, think about it this way. There are a lot of programs out there for first time home buyers or home buyers that are moving up. Most of the time, you're going to need at least 3, but preferably 5% down in order to, effectively get a mortgage. If you kind of do that really high financing, even, the 3% down is a little, it starts to throw off. It gets to be expensive is what I'm trying to say. So 5% is kind of a good kind of starter goal. So for instance, with $100,000 house, that would be $5,000, 200,000, $10,000, 300,000, $15,000. Now, what else will you need money wise? Other, like money for furniture, of course, but what else will you need? Well, you'll need money for, the inspection, the appraisal, things of that nature, the loan costs, and most of that is rolled up into what's called closing costs. And closing costs generally are between 2.5 to 4% of the price of the home. And it varies based on a number of things, but some of these are actually deposits for you, like taxes and insurance. So they're actually your money, but you're paying them in advance. So it's not all just, bankers making a bunch of money and real estate agents making a bunch of money. So if you really get down to it, to kind of put it in a capsule, how much money does it take to buy a house? I would say you want to start thinking about it as around 5%, but by the time you get done with all the miscellaneous expenses and so on and so forth, you're probably closer to 10%.